My question for Mr. Turner is, what advice would you give to kids that are going through discrimination right now?
Protest against it. Well, that's me now. Yeah, I believe in that. I mean, like, you had Dr. King that kind of, gave his life for you. Just want to point out, this is, St. Louis was a Jim Crow city. Most of you read about Jim Crow now. I mean, how you think it was only limited to the South, but St. Louis, was pretty much in the South, and so it was. Then you had segregated schools. I heard this guy making a speech, a Martin Luther King Day speech. His name was Dick Gregory. He used to be a popular comedian. He broke the color line for comedians on television, and but when we were at Sumner, he led a march down to the public school administration building because the schools, Sumner High was so crowded, you couldn't even turn around there. Didn't have enough classroom space for all the students. So that was that made me really conscious. Participating in the march down to the public school office, it kind of did it for me. I had just got there. I hadn't been there long, and I was kind of afraid. I said, "Oh man, maybe I should stay here." But he was kind of convincing. His name is, like I said, Dick Gregory. He was a senior, and he belonged to the NAACP youth group, and so he led that march down there, and that kind of did it. Kind of woke up, and so that was some of the main things. And then you couldn't go to any of the theaters downtown, movie theaters. We're out in our area, the Comet and the Douglas Theater, and every Friday, my brother and I we'd go to the Douglas Theater, which was on a street called Finney. Yeah, that's about the crux of it. The employment discrimination, and also in the schools, the books that we had were secondhand books. They might be a raggedy book, that they would send to the African American schools. But one thing we had was excellent teachers. I mean, we had more teachers that had PhDs at Sumner, and the reason for that is that they were discriminated against. They couldn't, even with the PhD, they couldn't work at the white schools. So that was kind of really good for us that we had these. And all the football games segregated, Oh, we played one white school, that's St. Mary's, over on South Grand.
Tell us a little bit about the black round, because I know you said before that you used to, or you heard about the black round. Isn't that a theater where they have put plays on where it's all?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the Black Rep. I mean, it's been together. It's been there almost 40 years. Yeah, the Black Rep. He and I was talking. Rick and I was talking a couple of days ago. He said that would be a good project for this group to go to one of the plays, and first class acting. They're terrific. See, when I was 12. I started boxing in the Golden Gloves, 5 years straight, the Golden Gloves, which was a boxing tournament, guys. And I really enjoyed that, 5 years. I boxed for Tandy Center, which is across the street from Sumner High School. And I would always see these guys in the paper. That one day, the guys that participated, they'd take pictures of them, and I saw a picture in the paper of a guy from my neighborhood, he was in the bout. It kind of motivated me to want to box.
I went through to Langston, through middle school, and it's still kind of bad compared to, since I came out here and stuff. I know we came a long way, but how do you think progress even more from where they still are?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. I volunteer at a brand new African Center school in St. Louis. It started in September. Yeah, I volunteered under that school, and got a little behavior problems down there too, man. So I think it's all over the public school system. But I'm an advocate for African-centered education, man. And yeah, it needs some improvement in the public schools in St. Louis.
How did you get involved in the diversity group?
Well, let's see, about 5 years ago, a lot of the younger brothers was getting in trouble, fighting and stuff there at North High School. And I talked to Dr. Jones. I said, I'd like to, you know, participate in something where I could talk to these guys, you know, these young guys. And she told me to see, she said, that's a good idea. See Debbie Mason, she was the counselor. And then we had Dave Daniels. And she said, be sure to see Dave Daniels. He got some good ideas. And the rest is history, you know. But you guys, seniors, you got a bigger challenge than Dave and I had, and Debbie, because you got a lot of African American freshmen here. It blew my mind when I found how many that you had. I know I saw 9 in one group, and I was subbing, and then the next week I saw 4 or 5 more that was in a different group. And I'm finding out you got 40 African Americans, you know, that's freshmen, males. I ain't talking about the girls, I'm talking about the males. So I think it's you guys. I mean, during my time, we felt we were obligated to help young African Americans, man.